in Hawaii in the water, okay? Yeah, that was interesting, right? And number 4 is, most everybody is familiar. Very few people will tell you, I don't do Facebook, or I don't do this, or I don't do that. But social media is really up and coming. So I'm a techie, right? I'm everything Apple. And by the way, I almost lost this whole presentation in cloud heaven. Right? So anyway, so know a little bit about that. Find out where they are in their social media ease, if you will. Do you do Facebook? Do you do Twitter? Do you do LinkedIn? Do you do Instagram? Do you do collage and set your collages up, right? Do you do PicMonkey? Do you do, it's like all of this. Pinterest, oh my God, Pinterest is huge and amazing. I'll tell you, that's where I found my gold gown, right? Off of Pinterest. It's really true. And meetups. Oh, meetups are awesome. How many of you guys have used the meetups, right? Meetups are awesome, right? So you do meetups. And so what I do with my training, separate and apart, is I teach my people how to use all social media and what a meetup is all about and how to handle that, right? And so we have meetups at fun places. CPK, California Pizza Kitchen. But the most important thing I want you to know is that you have to realize that when you connect to this business, that's when you're going to go, right? For me, it was really like I was building USANA separate. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get how I was going to build this business and actually do everything I was going to do until I realized that what Dr. Wentz's vision is about helping and caring about other people. Oh my God, I cried on stage. I was crying on stage, but those were real tears, guys. Because when I got it, that his values were the same as mine, and the number one value was integrity, it brought me to my knees. So know that you have to find a connection. So help your team members find that connection. These are the ones that I just say daily must-haves. These are must-haves, and I teach my team to must-have. They must have daily, weekly action steps. They must intend their business, right? It's like I tell everybody, you have to intend your day. You want to make sure you intend your day. So I teach spin at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm already on a spin bike or teaching yoga. And here's the first thing. How you doing today, everybody? How you doing today, everybody? I'm sorry, invite me to your party again. How you doing? Yes. Now let's intend our day. How many of you guys intended your day today? Yeah? So here we go. Let's set an intention. Today it is my intention to have an awesome day filled with light, love, possibility, and positivity. You like that? Yeah. Let's intend it. Yeah. Right? That's how I start my day every day. Right? So then the next thing you want to do is find your why. And people get caught up in their why. And their why is about something deeper than just money. I thought my why when I first started was about learning to build a business and being successful in a business. And then I thought it had to stay that way. No, your why can change. My why today is my mom. She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So my mom is my why, right? So it can change. That wasn't my why at the beginning. In fact, I pretty much walked around like a blind person, not really knowing my why, until I realized that my why connects me. When that makes you cry or feel something inside, when that moves you, that's your why. Because you know why I get up in the morning? Because I want to do something for my mom. I want to be able to full-time pay for somebody to take care of her and remind her she has to take her vitamins every single day when I'm not there, right? So, find your why and then build a contact list and always have that positive attitude. Intend your day. If you don't intend your day and you don't intend your life, here's what I tell my students. You're going to allow life to live you. And I want to be a liver of life, not having life live me. So, and then you have to have goals plus commitments equal results. So set goals. And some people have, this idea that you have to set 100,000 goals. One goal, please. One goal. That's it. One goal. One goal will get you through. And then when that one's done, get the next one. I've always been a goal setter. It's pretty simple, right? But again, those goals have to come back to your why. You have to be willing to look inside through this journey that we call this business, this travel through USANA, right? Because you have to remember that you've got to always check in. You've got to check in. Again, I remind you, who am I attracting? Who am I being? And that's what I see out there. So it's awesome and amazing. Just remember that it needs to be strong. Your why needs to be strong. And there's 4 action steps that I tell my peeps all the time. Just keep in this action, right? You spin with me, invite, present, follow up, and close. Invite, present, follow up, and close. And do it all over again. Simple, simple, simple. 4 easy steps. Just stay in motion, right? Because a body in motion will stay in motion, right? And then the other thing that I think is really important that I really teach my team to understand, and I ask them to practice, is forming. How many of you guys are familiar with forming, right? So family, occupation, recreation, your message, what are you receiving from that person? And how can you help them, right? So everybody says, well, gosh, that's a little bit hard, Marty. How do you do that? Well, when you meet somebody, what do you say? Hi, how you doing? Right? And then you listen. Oh, wow, you have a family. Are you married? So you ask the questions. Do you have children? Oh, that's so awesome. And then I love to ask, what do your children mean to you? What does your family mean to you? Why? Because I need to know that person and what kind of a person. When I form, I'm looking for what type of personality I'm going to hit. So it's not just about listening to the message, but listening to what's behind the message. What personality am I dealing with? As an educator, that's been really easy for me because I have to know, I teach the college course and I have to know my personalities, right? And we all have different modalities of learning, right? We are an auditory learner, we are a kinesthetic learner, we are a visual learner, we're a combination learner. I'm a trimodal learner. I have to see it, I have to hear it, and I have to do it. Maybe that's why I was a great dancer. Retired from professional dancing for a while. But that's important. So when you form, listen for the personality. So here's the basic personalities. A promoter, a promoter is motivated by fun, somebody who likes to have fun. And those are the types of people that I have in my organization because I like to have fun too, but then I got to make sure that I kind of bring them in, reel them in, if you will, and say, okay, let's point the fun this way, guys, And then we have the helpers. Oh, I love my helpers because they're there all the time, right? And then an analyzer. My husband's an analyzer, totally, right? He's a CPA, CFO of a microfinance lending corporation. You think he's not an analyzer? And then I'm the driver, of course. It's got to be done this way, that way. Do it now, right? And so listen for those. When you form somebody, listen to how they're talking to you. Not just what they're saying, but how they're saying it. Watch their body language. Right? And then the next big thing is teach your team to overcome objections. These are the ones we usually get, no time. And you know what? I have this awesome napkin presentation that I give. And if you want it, I will be more than happy to give it to you. Just send me an email. But it's an easy napkin presentation. When somebody gives me the objection of no time, I just ask them the same question. Do you have 24 hours in a day? And they usually say yes, and I say, really, I do too, right? And then we move from there. I don't know anyone, really? Wow. And so then, you know, it's just ask them questions. No money? Well, my husband took care of that. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you need some more information, I actually presented to his lead lender, the lady who does all the loans, and I presented the USANA presentation. And so Acción San Diego now will lend to anybody who is doing a USANA business. So let's cross that objection out, right? So if you guys need more information about that, just let me know, because they have to go through the same loan process. It's a 24-hour turnaround, and you can get anything from a $200 loan all the way to a $2,000 loan, right? And because they now trust me, they see this is a viable business. I've been able to prove it, right? So I've done that part for you guys. Anyway, I can't do that. I'm not a salesperson, neither am I, right? Just, you know, just notice how would you do this, right? So train your team. Expect the objections. I always say that, expect them. Danny Johnson calls it, I believe, inoculation. So you have to tell your people what to expect, right? And be real careful with that, right? And listen to them. Again, listen to that personality. Be careful how you train somebody to overcome objections, because you're not going to train a helper to overcome objections the way a driver wants to overcome them, right? You need to remember who you're working with all the time, okay? And so these are, you can get these, everything I have here, all I did was created a slide, so cut and paste. I wanted to make sure that you guys had it and the getting started. So personal development. I always tell my students that you will grow to the level, your business will grow to the level that you personally develop yourself, right? And that means, in USANA, that means use your products daily. Use your products daily. Have them on your desk. Have them out there. I always walk around. I put my little, my little Rev bottle down in front of my yoga class, and and I do it all the time. It's just normal for me, and I don't do it on purpose. It just happens to be. I wear my USANA shirts everywhere, and I love them because they're comfortable. And so everybody says, what's USANA? Awesome. An opportunity. Create your opportunities, guys, right? Know your company. That was key for me, right? Know this company. You guys heard my story. You know how I know this company, right? I did my research, 6 months, right? Know your industry. That one was tough for me. What is this industry? My husband did that part, thank God, right? So he knows this industry, and I just ask him. And then know yourself. What kind of a person are you? What do you like best? What sets you off? And remember this, that if you are triggered by something that somebody says, it's because they're a reflection of what you're being. Oh my goodness, that is so important. That comes to the part right here when your personal development, that comes right here in the spiritual, emotional, and mental, right? So you have to be a whole person, and remember that you're working with whole people. That's important. You have to know that everybody is spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, and they're social as well. So know that you're working with a whole person. And so lastly, this is important to me, because my level of integrity is this, and everybody knows this who knows me. If I promise you something, I guarantee you will get it from me. And if I happen to die, and everybody knows this because they laugh at me, if I happen to die some way, somehow, I will come from the other side and make it happen. That's my level of integrity. That's my level of commitment. And so I say to you guys, commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it in has left you.
Nice.
Right? So again, Thank you so much, and I hope this was valuable. If you need any information on the loans or want my little napkin presentation, just email me. Thank you so much, everybody.